Yeah.
Alright, what's up guys? So, yeah, quite a bit of power up. I am 2.157 trillion power, and I'm not sure if you guys have seen my research power, but it used to be 150 billion research power at 600 billion power. 650 billion power, and then I was at 175 billion research power at 876 billion power. And I'm 2.157 trillion now, so I have no excuse. So I've gotten my research power to almost 400 billion, so I've over doubled it. And I'm still trying to get better. It's hard because I have no resources. Yes, that is my actual resources. I have nothing in stock. I've used all my speed ups, as you guys can see, no 100Ks. And there's free research right now. So, I mean, if there was a 5-pack that had the resources, I'd probably ask for it, because free researchers right now are nice. And this is only for your Stronghold 24, by the way, so I recommend you get this right now. I'm not sure how fast I can get this video out, but I mean, hopefully it's there. I didn't see a blog post on it. Nope. No blog post. There was a mail, I think. Nope, just Super Wonder, right? Yeah, and then the pack. Whoa, they're advertising their pack. I don't know why they would do that. And I am up to 76.8 billion, so I have a setup. I always say don't do T3s, because anytime someone has done T3 for defense, I've seen them die. I've seen them burn. I always say don't do T3. I say do T2, T4, because that's my setup, and it rocks. It's what most traps use. So I'm currently rocking 3 billion, 3 billion, 3 billion. So obviously, if you're half decent at math, you will know that is. That's a lot of T4, guys. That's a lot of T4. That's 9 billion, 9 billion, 9 billion. That is 27 billion T4. And then I have some T5s, but I'm retarded and I lose them a lot, so I mean, XD. I don't have a lot of T2 wilds, because they don't really do much for me. In my experience, they're usually the ones that die. Like whenever I was 200 bill and I took it in Pegasus, the only T2, I only lost 40 mil T2. And it was all T2 wilds, so I mean, that's nice. So I just built this up because if they do send regulars, because a lot of people still don't have strats, T5s, so they send a lot of Centrons, unless you're fighting a Spender Alliance that send wilds. In that case, it doesn't really matter, because they do the same amount of damage and health. But if they send Centrons, then it does help. But if they send strats, then it doesn't really do much for you. They will probably die if you don't have a high troop count like me. And then 2 bill, 2.1 bill, and 2.1 bill of all T3s. So I'm hoping that's enough for hero-less rallies, or sorry, my research gear rallies. After doing a lot of researching, after all that research, I have 1,200 defense individuals on top of 1,100, so I have 12,500 defense with research gear, and 10,000. How much do I have? 800 on top of that, so I have around 11,000 health, and then a ton of attack. Not to mention the boost I get from my T4 research. So that's nice, and then I have a ton of debuffs. Not as high as defense gear, obviously, so that's nice. And I'm just hoping that's enough, because I also have a ton of T2, as you guys can see, 4.5 here and then 4 here. So I'm hoping, guys, I'm really hoping that's enough to take it in this gear. I will be reinforced, because I do not trust myself to take it, because these guys won't test us. Okay, as I was saying, so I'm hoping that's enough. and they won't test us because they're stingy. Even if they have cores popped, they don't want to rally me in research gear, which obviously at 2.157 trillion, I'm 99% sure someone in the comments is going, oh my god, you're such a noob, you can take rallies in monster gear, no gemmed for defense. But you know, it's just like they zeroed RJ, but RJ had no T2 or T3. So I'm just hoping that my huge amount of buffers is just gonna really take a lot of that. And RJ only had 50 billion troops, so I do have, you know, 26 billion more, almost 27 billion more T2, troops than him. And anybody under 700 bill being rallied in this new gear is getting zeroed. In one day, I think it was 3 people that were zeroed in that gear. By the same people, EKZ, and literally they were on for hours straight just zeroing people. Please do not use this set gear if you are 1 trill or under. If you're 1 trill and up, actually, you can probably get away with it. They probably won't do much unless you're in a big kingdom. But this set bonus isn't even that good. It's not the only thing that it does for you is make your incoming marches way slower on tiles, so you have time to switch to your cores. This is good to wear at the Wonder, so whenever they send a rally, it takes them like 5 billion quadrillion years to get to you. So that's quite nice. So even Manic, he was trying to get people to test him for kill event, and so far NFHA, the newer RBHA alliance, they've been trying to start stuff like you can message them to get in a chat, or invited to a chat for Argus, but it's no point because a lot of people in Argus are trying to take hits, and if you don't test them, there's really no reason. So yeah, I mean, that sucks. Something that you guys can see, I got all my quests collected, so now I gain like 2 billion XP. But I mean, hey, it's like better than nothing. And I'm sorry. So that's what I mean by that. If I could, I'd try to get some, you know, quality. This is my full-on defense gear. Just kidding. I almost get 20k. I think I get 16k defense with this. So actually, I'm not even close. But I don't have any of these boosted, so I could be closer. So this is my Pegasus. After the research, I have a nice attacking bonus. So we have 2,113 attack on top of this. So I have 20,200, and then I have some defense and health. So yeah. Also, Steel wanted to know my. We're not gonna look at that. Still wanted to see the reports. I think I did here yet. So War Serpent. This is his T5s, and this is T4s. He didn't boost, and then he popped a 75% boost, and he still lost. And I still only had a 50% on. And I still won against the T5s, and I had T4s. And then I lost a lot against Poe because I was sending stupid troops at him, like we were sending siege and whatnot, and his siege were beating my T4s. He was sending T5 siege, and like they just wouldn't work. I don't know what was happening. So yeah, this is a victory. We were having a siege battle. I won against the T5 siege. You're welcome. And then that was the. I lost barely against the siege. So yeah, and that was his T4. That was T4 siege, or yeah, T4 siege. He pulls back and then he puts T5 siege on, and I won against T5s. Because what's his face attacked him before. War Serpent attacked him, and then this was the first hit. So yeah, I don't really care because it was siege. It's just funny. And then these were T4s against T4s. Didn't lose by much, but he did have a way bigger march than me over he had 1 million more troops than me, so that was that. So yeah, another update. The other T account is currently at 899 billion power, and we will get that thing over 1 trillion soon.
And it was only by His grace. Now I can say I made it. I made it. Yeah, I made it. Oh, I made it.